we will jump to the AFC West, right? Raiders, Chargers, Chiefs, and Broncos, right? So I I'll start it off, and I'm gonna say like I'm gonna pick the Chiefs as they're the winner, right? They win it, but I'm also going to be slightly favorable on the Broncos. I'm off on the Chargers. Y'all know that. I don't think they'll get it right. I'm not doing this again. I think Chargers and Bills put them in the same category as just underwhelming but highly talented. Something will, you know, always go wrong. Um, I feel like the Raiders messed it up by having or what's his name, Josh McDaniels as their head coach, yeah, and him literally just shipping people away and it not really making a lot of sense. The whole Darren Waller thing, I'm still like trying to figure that out. And then getting Jimmy G. So I think the Broncos, right? Have Mr. Payton, the head coach Payton there. What's his name? It's not Sean Payton, is it? Sean Payton?
Yep.
Sean Payton. I think there's a way they can win more games than the public is kind of giving them as right because they were so bad last year, and I'm
So
wondering if
hyped last year too, though.
yeah, yeah, oh yeah, and you know who was there, Alex? We were there.
We were
We
there.
always
We were
knew.
here a year ago.
Alone,
Dude,
fighting in the
remember those good old
cold,
days, man?
dude. We were just so cold and
I'm afraid the
alone.
Jets are going to be the new Broncos. That's what worries me.
Oh
The
man,
exact same thing.
it was absolutely nuts. And so I think I'm gonna bank on them being a team that can, I kind of give that same Patriots edge to them. But Brosick, what do you think happens in the AFC West?
I'm on the opposite side of you. I really think the Chargers are going to either make or break this year. Stanley needs to either pull his head out of his ass or get ready to
Won't
go find
happen.
a new job. But I think the difference maker is Kellen Moore coming from Dallas. I think that he can bring over an offense that can kind of unlock Josh or Justin Herbert. They go get QJ from TCU. Their defense has already been good if they can just stay healthy. So I think with the departure of Eric Bieniemy at KC, I think that's going to be a bigger impact than what people may seem or think. And the Chargers have a chance to go in there and take over. But the division, those three teams are going to be tough, just like in the AFC East with Denver, with Los Angeles, and with KC. But to your point, Miles, KC is kind of like it until they're not, and you can never count out Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. But yeah, I'm going to give the nod to the Chargers and hope that they don't do me wrong like they have the last 2, 3 years of all this hype and then a whole lot of lackluster nothing.
Hack, what do you got?
I got the Chiefs. I really like both of y'all's takes on the Broncos and the Chargers. Uh, if I had to choose one of those two, I would actually choose the Broncos. I was high on them last year, so I
Mm.
think there's if you're okay. If I think if you were
Oh,
high on
Dude,
them
what? I
last
just said
year,
it. Mm.
then there's no reason to not be high on them this year. Like
Yeah.
they've only improved from last year.
That
So
was kind of the same take as the Jaguars, actually, because they had their coaching problem. And then the next year they showed up and made the playoffs and actually beat the Chargers. So
yeah,
kind of the same thought process there. Because everyone was hot on
yeah,
the Jags when they got Trevor Lawrence. And then, what's his face? Urban Meyer was the coach. But then the next year they won 6 more games or something like that. So
yeah. Anyways,
yeah.
back to my take.
yep.
I have the Chiefs just from the fact of it's the Chiefs,
Get
and
fucked.
if they get DeAndre Hopkins as well, like it's just gonna be so much easier for them. I do think that gap is closing. Like I don't think there will be as big of a gap from first place to second place. I think there will like maybe be 1 or 2 games.
Okay. Alex, finish it off.
Where do you think I'm
Well,
at, Miles?
I guess you kind of already did, but
Where do you think I'm at?
I think you're with me,
Oh,
honestly.
I think he's
Miles.
Chargers.
I,
He's
I
Chargers,
I
bro.
don't think he's not
Oh,
Chargers.
Miles, you know where I am,
He's
baby.
not Chargers.
I was
There's no
wrong,
way.
Miles.
There's no way
Seriously.
you're Chargers,
I'm,
bro.
I'm
No
off
way
that
you're
stupid
Chargers.
team. I hate them. I hate them
No,
so much. Staley's
no.
fucking garbage. Yeah, I am not following that freaking Chargers train at
Hell
all. I'm
no.
jumping
Hell
off
no.
so hard. I think
Hell no.
Keenan Allen is like washing out. I think
That's so crazy.
I
That's
think
so crazy.
Mike Williams is like a poor man's T. Higgins that gets injured, and then I don't know how I feel about Quentin Johnston either. And I also thought it was like a weird match for the Chargers. Like I would have preferred them to get Zay Flowers.
The fact that
or
they
even
didn't get Zay
Addison.
Flowers is crazy.
I don't know why they got. I don't even know if Quentin Johnson will like be on the field that much. I don't know. We'll see. I think their whole offense is predicated around Eckler. I actually do like them getting Kellen Moore as their offensive coordinator because I think he can do what he wanted to do with Dallas and do that for the Chargers. But I just don't trust a lot of their other coaching, and their defense is also doesn't perform well.
Yeah.
Their whole offense was just predicated around dumping it off to Eckler, like every play. I have the Broncos over them. And then if the Raiders, I think are like soft tanking, honestly. I think that team is going to win like 4 games this year. I think they're going to be really, really bad. I don't understand the Jimmy G thing. They don't have a good team. Like their defense is horrendous outside of like Crosby. And Waller got shipped out. Adams is already angry. Renfro's on the trading block. That team is just god awful. But I'll go Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers, Raiders.
Wow. Yeah, I think I'm right at that. And Brosick, I have to say this just because I learned this, but with Eric Bieniemy leaving, it's a positive because they were able to get Matt Nagy back. So that's when they got on the scene when their first Super Bowl was when Matt Nagy was the play caller. So they're still in that disgusting. And then also Justin Ross, he was a highly regarded receiver out of LSU. It's just his injuries always messed him up. And that's why I picked him up very late in our dynasty was,
I dropped him.
He's always had the talent of LSU receiver talent. He was just never healthy. And so
kind of similar to Michael Gallup, you would say, huh?
I don't think so. But no, like I said, he could be a dude as well. So they don't skip a beat with their achievements.